Banks. Maine Maritime Academy's new training vessel will be landing at its home port in a little over 2 weeks. It's a long time coming for the Academy, as it's the first training vessel for the Academy that was specifically built for its students. On Friday, I spoke with officials about the state-of-the-art new pier the state of Maine will be docking on. It'll be a state-of-the-art pier for the state of Maine.
We're going to increase our dock space by about 100%.
The $96 million project to reconstruct Maine Maritime Academy's pier began in August 2024. It's 4 feet higher and considerably further from shore than its predecessor, allowing for more protected space for additional vessels.
This is going to cure that problem, hopefully for another 25, 30-year span. Give us room for many more assets to add to our training programs.
The new pier is also around 300 feet wide, a specific design for a specific vessel, the state of Maine. Currently traversing back from its training voyage, it's the 5th state of Maine in the Academy's history, but the first specifically built for its students.
What I see now is an evolving waterfront that's being now reimagined to meet the needs of a modern merchant marine and a modern industry.
So the project is expected to be completed in the summer of next year, but the state of Maine will be arriving to the Castine campus on July 12th. But they say her arrival won't complicate construction, it'll actually do the opposite.
If anything, it'll be a little bit of a windbreak. It'll knock the waves down for us. In fact, that's why we're a little bit out of sequence building from the outside in rather than the inside out, so we've got a place to securely moor the ship while we finish construction.
Lead contractor Reed & Reed and the near 40 workers are currently working on phase 1 of the 3-phase project.
So that you can dock the boat that involves the 3 mooring dolphins, the main pier, and the initial stem.
Phase 2?
We'll redo the shore frontage. We're going to rehab some of the old stuff.
And phase 3?
We'll wrap it up with a breakwater that will go out front here to help protect everything that we built.
In Castine, Doug Banks, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News. Another news here tonight. It's been more than a month since the fire and explosion at the Robbins Lumber Mill in Searsmont, and many people are still recovering. Communities statewide continue to step up to support those that have been impacted. Today, the town of Belmont held a benefit dinner and silent auction to benefit Belmont firefighter Lieutenant Catherine Page and Searsmont Assistant Fire Chief Wayne Woodbury. Woodbury passed away on June 14th from injuries he sustained battling the Searsmont fire. A funeral service was held for him in Belfast last week. Firefighter Page sustained severe burns from the explosion and has been receiving treatment at Maine Medical Center in Portland since the fire back on May 15th. According to Belmont Fire Chief Ron Harford, Woodbury was a longtime resident of Belmont and also donated the land that the fire station is currently on.
He was the chief here in Belmont for a couple of years, a long time ago. Kind of got down and moved on to Searsmont, and he was been around a long time. I mean, 60 years between Belmont and Searsmont Fire Department. So it was very right that we do it for both of them.
The silent auction featured more than 100 items. The money raised from the event will go toward firefighter Page's medical expenses and to the estate of Wayne Woodbury. According to Chief Harford, they are hopeful to see firefighter Page return home within the next couple of weeks. One of Central Maine's largest Pride festivals was held yesterday. Hundreds of people made their way to downtown Bangor for the annual Pride Parade and festivities. This year's festivities featured numerous entertainers, vendors, organizations, and community members. The parade route started on Main Street and wove its way through the Queen City until settling at the Bangor waterfront. The event has been celebrated in Bangor for over 3 decades. Organizers say this year's theme was Color Our World with Pride. Community members gathered in downtown Bangor today to remember the life and death of Charlie Howard, a Bangor man who was killed in the 1980s for being openly gay. Our Grace Blanchard has the story.
It's a constant recognition that something impactful happened in this place.
It's been more than 4 decades since the death of Charlie Howard, but for some Bangor residents, it feels like yesterday.
It is just the memories, it's mixed emotions. There's the sadness, the anger, but also the love and the opportunity to love and be loved as who you are.
On July 7, 1984, Howard was walking down State Street with his partner when 3 teenagers attacked him. The 3 boys threw Howard over the State Street Bridge into the Kenduskeag Stream. As a result, he drowned. Charlie Howard was 23 years old. His death is credited by many as launching the gay rights movement in Bangor.
The folks we consider in the Pride community today have been resilient throughout history.
Just recently, a pride mural near the Charlie Howard Memorial was defaced, repainted, and then vandalized again, leading one local to take her anger and turn it into pride t-shirts.
My thought was, so what can I do that just says that is not the way that everybody is? And so I made some art.
Groups like Bangor Pride continue to organize a vigil near his memorial to remember Charlie and the lasting impact of his death.
The more we can unify all of these voices together to remember history and remember where we've come from and how far we still have to go, the better.
For Jim Beckett and his husband, the first gay men to be married in the Queen City in 2012 after it was legalized, the vigil sparked mixed emotions.
But more than once I could have ended up like Charlie Howard and for equally silly, inane reasons.
I really hope that people take away that we're all human, we're all here for one another in this limited time on this planet, so we should all just love and care for each other.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
All right, folks, after the break, the weekend review. What stories made the list? Find out next.
You got the MLB All-Star Game in Philadelphia. This is how America celebrates a birthday. July 14th on Fox.
Critical investments are strengthening Maine, thanks to Senator Susan Collins. The biggest investment in our rural hospitals in decades. New investments for working waterfronts, like the breakwater in Eastport. Investments to help homeless veterans find housing. Investments for Maine to train new doctors and nurses. Thousands of investments, thanks to the power of Senator Susan Collins. Call Senator Collins and ask her to keep delivering for Maine.
Are your basement walls bowing, crumbling, or failing? Hi, I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basementy. Our stable lock wall system offers a patented, affordable, and permanent solution to save your foundation walls. It stabilizes, fills voids, and structurally repairs, leaving a new smooth surface. All the strength of new walls. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems today for all things basementy.
As a doctor in rural Maine, we're already seeing the impact. Susan Collins voted to support Donald Trump on the largest Medicaid cut in history. Healthcare is getting even more expensive. People are losing coverage. Our hospitals are closing, and the worst is yet to come. But Susan Collins gave Trump a blank check for his war in Iran. Billions of dollars that we could use here in Maine. We need to tell Susan Collins to stop siding with Donald Trump. We can't afford it.
For the first time ever on live television, the Stonington Lobster Boat Races are coming to ABC 7. Fast work boats, big horsepower, and Downey's pride on full display. Watch Maine's lobster fishermen put their boats to the task in one of the state's most exciting summer traditions. Don't miss the live debut of the Stonington Lobster Boat Races. Sunday, July 12th from 11:30 to 2. The Stonington Lobster Boat Races, live on ABC 7.
Welcome back and welcome into our weekend show segment, The Weekend Review. Where each Saturday and Sunday we take suggestions to stories here at ABC 7 and Fox 22, ranging from breaking news to feel-good features that stood out to you during our weekday and air them in its entirety. First on the segment, firefighters across the state gathered in Belfast on Wednesday to join family and friends in celebrating the life of Searsmont Assistant Fire Chief Wayne Woodbury. His funeral service was held Wednesday afternoon at Belfast Area High School. He was honored for his lifelong dedication to the fire service. Grace Blanchard brought us the story back on Wednesday.
Remembering the life and legacy of Wayne Woodbury.
His legacy lives on in the firefighters he influenced, the community he served, and the example that he set for generations to follow.
On June 14th, Assistant Searsmont Fire Chief Wayne Woodbury died at 76 years old from injuries he sustained while battling the Robbins Lumber fire and explosion in Searsmont on May 15th. A procession was held for Woodbury the following day. On Wednesday, family, friends, and firefighters statewide came together to remember his life.
He was quiet, humble, and unassuming. But if you knew Wayne, you also knew that behind that quiet demeanor was someone you could always count on.
Wayne dedicated over 60 years to volunteering as a firefighter in both Belmont and Searsmont, and was also a member of the Bath Iron Works Fire Brigade.
Wayne taught by example. His patience, wisdom, and calm presence helped shape generations of firefighters who are better because they had the opportunity to learn from him.
Maine State Fire Marshal Chief Sean Essler acknowledged how Maine's first responders have endured tremendous loss this year, with the deaths of Maine Game Warden Joshua Tibbetts, Morrill firefighter Andrew Cross, and now Wayne Woodbury.
He was injured doing what he had done for decades, standing shoulder to shoulder with his fellow firefighters in protecting his community.
Woodbury was remembered by friends as a lover of the outdoors, his 2 cats, and a gentle man who loved his family, friends, community, and Maine.
We are saddened for our loss of your passing, and you've enriched our lives through your friendship. You will be remembered, and you are loved.
In Belfast, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Next on the segment, a nonprofit counseling service is reopening in Bangor after moving locations. Our Sam Miller brought us the story back on Thursday.
After its initial opening in October of 2025, the Saving Grace Counseling Center has reopened its doors at a new location, where they aim to apply their original approach to mental health counseling. The nonprofit offers care and support for people who may not be able to access it, with services including marriage counseling, family therapy, and life coaching. Saving Grace President and CEO Scott Hosier says the job itself is a reward all its own, and everyone who walks in the door is welcome.
You have no background when you come here. We do not hold you guilty for anything. When you walk through a door, that's all we know about you. That's all we want to know about you unless you share. If it pertains to your counseling, then fine, but your background, we have nothing against anybody because we don't know them, and they're coming to us for help, and we want to be there for the help.
The center asks clients to commit to a flexible 12-week counseling program. They are not obligated to continue once it's finished. However, ongoing care is available if needed. Joan Reinholdson, the COO of Saving Grace, says they're seeking help through donations, and helping people build themselves back up is the biggest priority.
We're always looking for business partners to come alongside and help us out. When you help individuals or couples in your community, you're really helping yourself because it becomes stronger and there's less stigma around mental health. And people can learn those communication skills, they can learn those life skills that will benefit their community further.
You can help donate to the center through their website at www.savinggracecounselingcenter.org. In Bangor, Sam Miller, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Finally, Ellsworth's historic Courthouse Gallery of Fine Art is celebrating 20 years in business. It has opened an exhibit inviting local artists to imagine Ellsworth as a muse. Our Callie Warren brought us the story back on Thursday.
And this is an opening reception for the Ellsworth show, which is called Ellsworth as Muse. And when I look around the room and I realize I'm looking outside and Ellsworth is all around me, people focus on the main drag, but there's part of it that's really beautiful that sometimes get ignored. And these artists have found those.
And that's what artists do. We sort of look for things, and we're taking some time to slow down and look at what might be overlooked. At twilight, the sky turns this gorgeous cobalt blue color, and the lights sort of shine from within the buildings, and it's an interesting time of day to paint.
Revisit your favorite places through another artist's eyes. You know, I've spent a lot of hours in libraries, but the Ellsworth one is really special, being beside the river there. And I was standing up above on the second floor so I could look down into that reading room with the tables, and it was quiet and lovely.
This particular preserve is where I like to hike the dogs, so I thought it'd be a fitting, suitable scene to capture texture, where the trees were really kind of poking out down off the cliff. It's a huge honor to be a part of it, and It's also a fun learning experience to see what other people see.
Well, I hope people come out and see the show. It's on till July 10th. When I am in this space, I am so amazed by what the artists did in this show. When people come in here, they're kind of blown away.
And as the Weekend Review segment continues, we'd like you at home to be a part of it. Didn't see a story you thought should have been included? Well, then email us throughout the week at weekendreview@wvii.com with what stories during the past week made an impact or stood out to you. Tune in again next Saturday night here on Fox 22 News at 10 for a new slate of local stories. All right, folks, Anna Conrad is in next with your full 5-day forecast.
Well, we had a pretty nice day out there today, temperature-wise. Temperatures in those upper 70s to low 80s. Now, how long is this going to last, and how warm are we supposed to get? I'll have those answers for you coming up.
I served 2 tours in the Middle East, 21 years in the Air Force.
I served in a field artillery unit.
The Maine National Guard.
I respect Graham Plattner's service, but he doesn't respect ours.
Plattner falsely accused a military hero of war crimes.
He said a Purple Heart recipient didn't deserve to live after being shot, trying to save his own troops.
And Plattner blames his Nazi tattoo on military culture? That's insulting. Graham Plattner's a fraud. He's unfit to represent Maine.
Pine Tree Results PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Webb's RV Center has a 4-acre lot with over 75 previously owned campers all on sale, plus another 4 acres of new RVs and motorhomes. Webb's RV will take anything in trade. You can buy a camper anywhere, but be sure to buy your next camper at your local neighbor. A website can't service your RV, but Webb's RV will, and they have the biggest service department in the state of Maine to help you enjoy your RV or motorhome.
So come on down, neighbor. The coffee pot's on and the pencil is sharp.
Maine's farms are being sold to China. Chinese criminal networks are infiltrating rural Maine. But Senator Susan Collins is fighting back. Susan Collins voted to stop China from buying up our farmland. And Collins is helping to crack down on Chinese organized crime. Collins delivered millions in more resources for local law enforcement, protecting our families, our farms, and bringing big money back home to Maine. Call and tell Senator Susan Collins to keep protecting rural Maine.
From the heart of Maine, where rugged beauty meets timeless craftsmanship, Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, taming the outdoors through groundwork, retaining walls and seawalls, building custom fireplaces that become the centerpiece of your home, crafting granite steps and patios that invite you outdoors, designing hardscapes that turn yards into living spaces, built to last, crafted for life. Richard Henderson & Sons Masonry, quality in every stone.
Let's go get this big money.
Know the song faster than Shazam and win. Teen Shazam returns July 28th on Fox.
Temperatures for today, we're feeling much nicer out there, back into the upper 70s to low 80s. We had a very nice day out there temperature-wise. Fortunately, we'll have very similar temperatures for us tomorrow. A few more 80s out there for us tomorrow, but then we do get more heat back into our area. This is what we're looking at for our next few days. Temperatures back into those mid 80s for tomorrow, Tuesday, upper 80s Wednesday, and that's right, you're seeing a couple 90s on there for you guys for Thursday, and Friday will be back into those low 90s as well. Then look at the winds. Well, we're going to be going calm overnight tonight. Everyone knows what that means. Chance for some fog out there for us tonight. And it's going to remain calm for much of the day tomorrow into tomorrow evening. A little bit of a breeze off of that coastline tomorrow night, and then that'll stick around for us for our Tuesday as well. Now, fortunately, we don't have a whole lot of rain chances in the forecast. We do still have some chances for showers and thunderstorms, and what we're dealing with today will move out of our area completely overnight tonight, making way for a very dry day for us on Monday. Take a look right now. This is what we're looking at. We got some showers and thunderstorms making their way through the state now. Those will go away from the state overnight tonight, and we got lots of dry air for us for the day for tomorrow into tomorrow evening. So this is what we're looking at. Those showers and thunderstorms are going to move out of the area overnight tonight. And we have more sunshine on the way for us tomorrow. Some clouds do roll in as well for us in the tomorrow afternoon hours into evening hours for us, but we will stay dry before more chances for showers and thunderstorms do arrive for us on Tuesday, lasting through much of the day on Tuesday, especially further north. Now we have more chances for showers and thunderstorms once again for us on our Wednesday for most of us, and then we will have more chances for showers and thunderstorms. We have 2 different rounds coming through for us on Wednesday. Thursday will be dry for us, but we do get more chances for showers and thunderstorms once again on Friday. For tonight, though, temperatures in those mid-50s. We'll have those chances for showers and thunderstorms. Those will be ending earlier on tonight with partly cloudy skies. For tomorrow, partly cloudy skies for us. Another nice day out there with temperatures in those low 80s. Taking a look at your extended forecast. Temperatures are on the climb, low 80s for tomorrow, mid 80s, and thunderstorm chances for us on Tuesday into Wednesday. Mostly cloudy for us on Wednesday. Temperatures in those upper 80s. Thursday, we're back near 90 with more thunderstorm chances. And then we got a slight thunderstorm chance with temperatures in those low 90s for Friday.
Good to know, Anna. Thank you. Well, 2 Maine high schoolers were officially crowned world champion fishermen yesterday. Nolan Savage from Bangor High School and Jack Noss from Waterville finished in first place in the 17th annual High School Fishing World Finals. Their 3 fish limit scaled in at 12:10. The competition was held at Lake Cumberland in Russell Springs, Kentucky. Congratulations to them. All right, folks, after the break, our Max Sturm sat down with Penobscot Valley High School multi-sports star Riley Moulton. That conversation is next here on Fox 22, News at 10.
Dreaming of a new garage or custom build? Patriot Landscaping and Construction delivers from frame to finish. Expert craftsmanship, durable designs, and quality you can trust, we get it done right. Call Patriot Landscaping and Construction today. Let's build your future together.
30 years living the Washington, D.C. lifestyle changes people. Getting rich from insider trading should be illegal. But Susan Collins doesn't think so. Susan Collins is trying to keep it so senators can get rich playing the stock market. They're making millions of dollars, while we can't even afford groceries and gas. We need to tell Susan Collins to stop the congressional stock trading.
Dreaming of a new garage or custom build? Patriot Landscaping and Construction delivers from frame to finish. Expert craftsmanship, durable designs, and quality you can trust, we get it done right. Call Patriot Landscaping and Construction today. Let's build your future together.
Celebrate this 4th of July with Phantom Fireworks, the loudest, brightest, safest fireworks around. Phantom Fireworks, lighting up backyards of America from coast to coast. Visit fireworks.com for a location near you.
Maine's rural hospitals are struggling, but Senator Susan Collins came to the rescue, delivering critical federal funding for upgraded facilities and life-saving diagnostic equipment. Susan Collins does her job, and our hospitals benefited. Call and thank her for delivering for Maine.
12 celebrities get schooled.
Spell guarantee. G-A. Oh, it's G-U.
Who will be the nation's dumbest? Premieres July 15th on Fox.
Welcome back in, folks. I'm Max Sturm in studio with PVHS multi-sport star Riley Moulton. Riley, thank you for coming in today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, no problem.
So first of all, before we get into the sports and all that, you're officially graduated. How's that been? Is it a crazy feeling to know that you're done with high school at this point?
I mean, yeah, it's pretty crazy. Like, I don't think about it all the time, but like I'll just be going through my day and I'm like, wow, like I'm not going back to school in the fall with the people I've been growing up with the past 12 years. So it's definitely a bit of a different feeling to experience, but it hasn't been too bad.
Yeah, your life's changing, but there's also excitement ahead for you, and we'll get to that later. But there's a lot to cover from you from your senior year as well as the rest of your career at PVHS. And I wanted to start with softball because it's the most recent. You guys go out, you make a state championship run. You had played in your 8th grade year, in your freshman year. You took a couple years off, but you decided to come back for your senior year. What was the motive behind that? Why did you go back?
Honestly, I'd been getting asked to play for the past 2 years, and this year I was like, why not? Like, I'd enjoyed having some last few good moments with a lot of my teammates and the girls I've grown up with, so I was like, what's playing one more year? So, and they were more than willing to accept me back. So I'm super grateful for that.
Did the fact that you had multiple teammates from other sports play into that too? Like, oh, I can get one more season with them.
Yeah, I think so, because I mean, just like the memories you make from sports in general, that's what makes it so much more like enjoyable. So I mean that's really the real reason I played, was to get some last few moments in with some of these girls.
Now let's talk about your athletic career. You were a 3-sport athlete: soccer, basketball, and softball. You played in 18 total championship games, regional titles, state championships. You won 2 state titles this year, though. Soccer won their 3rd straight. You guys came back with another title for basketball in Class D this year. I remember when I played lacrosse my senior year, winning the regional title was one of the highlight moments for me of my high school career. Did having so much success in your last year just make this year so much more special for you to kind of go out on top in a couple of sports?
Yeah, I mean, I really think it did. Like, obviously, with it being my senior year, I was going to have a lot of lasts anyways, but I think it definitely helped that my lasts for soccer and basketball were wins. It made it a little less easier to handle and deal with, like, wow, like, I'm never going to be playing soccer, playing basketball, or softball in a Lady Heller uniform ever again.
Now, when you guys in basketball were transitioned from Class C to Class D, a lot of people would say, you drop down a level, maybe the competition's a little bit easier. A lot of people saw you guys as underdogs, and yet you still go out and you win that state championship. What was that moment like for you guys to win that basketball state title in your final year, given that some people considered you guys to be underdogs?
Honestly, I think being considered underdogs was the greatest thing for us, especially after going 18-0 the year before, because it just gave us a reason to work a lot harder and gave us something to like motivate us. And so ending it with a win when people said that we wouldn't and people were counting us out, I think for the whole team, it just made things a whole lot sweeter in the end.
And through basketball and softball and soccer, you've had a lot of the same teammates. What have those relationships that you've formed with them meant to you, not only on the field, but also off the field? You said you grew up with most of them.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, it's like, I don't know, like you can't really replicate, like the bond that you have with a teammate, because you're seeing, especially like when it's multi-sports, you're seeing these girls all day at school, and then you're going to practice after school for 2 hours, you're doing bus rides with them, you're playing in games with them, and so just the amount of time and like the version of your teammates that you see, because you're seeing stuff that they don't show to everybody else because of how much time you're spending with them. So it's just, I think it makes for a much more genuine connection when you're spending that much time with some of these girls.
And those relationships will last you a lifetime too. Those ones just continue to go on. I'm still in contact with most of my teammates from high school too. Your time at PVHS is over and you've had so much success. But when you look back at your time there, is there a moment or a memory with your team or your teammates, whether it's winning championships or just something that happened day to day, that you look back on, you're like, yeah, I'm going to hold on to that memory for the rest of my life?
I mean, honestly, I can think of 2 off the top of my head, one for soccer and one for basketball. The soccer one would be our regional championship my sophomore year versus Wisdom, playing at Herman. We were down 1-0 going into halftime of that game, and it was pouring. We were all soaked, and we had every reason to be down. I mean, the weather was even down for us. But all of a sudden, YMCA started playing on the speaker system, and we all just got up and started dancing. And just that moment, and like it felt like there wasn't any pressure, and it felt like none of us were worried. We were just there with each other, enjoying the game, and knowing that we still had a whole half left to play. And the fact that we ended up winning in the last 5 minutes, I mean, that was just such a surreal experience.
And it seems like those kinds of moments can lead to success too. When you kind of take your head out of what's currently happening on the field and kind of looking forward, you take a little mental break. That stuff can really help you. So you're graduated, you're done with PVHS. What viewers want to know, what's next for Riley Moulton? Where are you going for school? Are you playing sports?
I'm going to the University of Maine at Augusta to study business administration, and I will be on the basketball team next year. So
that's awesome. Well, we wish you good luck with that. And folks, thank you for watching. This is Riley Moulton. I'm Max Sturm. We'll be right back after the break.
Purple Co is open and here to stay. Come join a growing community of like-minded people with monthly events, arts and concerts, daily deals, and the best products and prices in the state. Plus, don't miss Purple Co Bangor's annual party on 4/18. Now with 4 locations from Portland to Bangor. Come check us out today.
Maine's farms are being sold to China. Chinese criminal networks are infiltrating rural Maine. But Senator Susan Collins is fighting back. Susan Collins voted to stop China from buying up our farmland. And Collins is helping to crack down on Chinese organized crime. Collins delivered millions in more resources for local law enforcement, protecting our families, our farms, and bringing big money back home to Maine. Call and tell Senator Susan Collins to keep protecting rural Maine.
Get a leash? Let's try to put this one in here.
Built for Monday,
Jeez, Kelly, you guys ever drive this thing?
born for Saturday. How it should be. The Hyundai Santa Fe.
Lease an all-wheel drive Hyundai Santa Fe SE for $289 a month or get up to $3,500 customer cash. Hurry in.
Do you have a wet basement, nasty crawl space, settling foundation, sinking concrete, or clogged gutters? I'm Tony Hafford with TC Hafford Basement Systems, all things basement-y. For over 30 years, thousands of homeowners throughout Maine and southeastern New Hampshire have trusted TC Hafford. Basement waterproofing, crawl space repair, stabilizing foundations, concrete leveling, and gutter installation. Call TC Hafford Basement Systems for all things basement-y.
I served 2 tours in the Middle East.
21 years in the Air Force.
I served in a field artillery unit.
The Maine National Guard.
I respect Graham Plattner's service,
But he doesn't respect ours.
Plattner falsely accused a military hero of war crimes.
He said a Purple Heart recipient didn't deserve to live after being shot, trying to save his own troops.
And Plattner blames his Nazi tattoo on military culture? That's insulting.
Graham Plattner's a fraud.
He's unfit to represent Maine.
Pine Tree Results PAC is responsible for the content of this advertising.
Purple Co is open and here to stay. Come join a growing community of like-minded people with monthly events, arts and concerts, daily deals, and the best products and prices in the state. Plus, don't miss Purple Co Bangor's annual party on 4/18. Now with 4 locations from Portland to Bangor. Come check us out today.
You know Matt pretty well. Did he give you any advice?
He said that I should use 26 words or more.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22.
Welcome back and thank you for staying with us. Today marks the celebration of a well-known lumberjack. June 28th is National Paul Bunyan Day. Described as a giant lumberjack of unusual skill, Paul Bunyan is one of the most famous North American folklore heroes. The lumberjack has become a state staple of American culture and a symbol of nation's logging history. While several states claim to be the birthplace of Paul Bunyan, according to a record of birth that is displayed at the Bangor City Hall, Paul was born in the Queen City on February 12, 1834. The 31-foot tall statue of Paul Bunyan on Main Street remains one of Bangor's biggest attractions. Well, residents in Old Town will be getting a surprise in about 50 years. Yesterday afternoon, members of the Old Town Museum buried a time capsule beside the flagpole on its property in celebration of 50 years of being an organization. According to museum member Monique Bouchard, it contains pennies, a cell phone, a flyer from Hannaford's to show what prices were, a copy of Old Town's magazine, The Community Connector, information about the museum, matchbooks, and a USB stick full of documents about their 50th anniversary. She says yesterday's ceremony wasn't intentionally meant to also commemorate America's 250th anniversary, but it was a nice tie-in regardless. The time capsule will be opened 50 years from now. And finally here tonight, siblings from Newport started a lemonade stand for a special cause that hits very close to home. Our Sam Miller has a story.
A family of siblings and cousins have been on the sidewalk outside of Brown and Sprout Funeral Home selling treats to the public. Their goal is to help their father get a new heart. Their father is in the hospital waiting for a life-saving heart transplant, and the kids wanted to do something to help. In order to help cover expenses connected to his transplant, such as traveling fees and hotel stays, the kids decided to set up a stand where they sell lemonade, cookies, slushies, and snow cones. Billy Jo Goodwin, the children's grandmother, expressed gratitude towards the public and highlighted their incredible support.
Everybody has been so kind and giving, and
You know, a lot of people don't even get the lemonade. They just come to donate. So it's been great. It's been a good learning experience for the kids.
The stand has been open from around noon to 6 p.m. since Monday and has raised over $850. Goodwin says the kids have been extremely brave during this process, admiring their dedication to helping their family.
Really, really been real strong. And they always want to help out as much as they can. They want to help their parents, and you know, and they've been so proud of their dad being brave, because they were like, we wouldn't want to get surgery, you know, and they've just been great.
The kids will be on the sidewalk all weekend in order to help their father get home safe and sound. In Newport, Sam Miller, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
We certainly wish the family the best of luck. Well, that's all we have for tonight. I'm Doug Banks, and from everyone here at Fox 22 News at 10, thank you for watching. We'll be back here tomorrow morning, and hopefully you are too. Until then, take care and good night.
Warning, entering Keepsakes may cause extreme creativity. From gorgeous fabrics and cozy yarn to gifts you didn't know you needed, we've got it all. Dive into quilting, grab a sewing machine, or join a class and unleash your inner artist. Stick around for our mystery quilt projects if you love a good surprise. And yes, we have a fudge counter, because crafting burns calories, right? Keepsakes, where your hobbies and your sweet tooth live happily ever after.
Keep your vehicle running smooth this summer with help from Frost's Garage.
It's really hot in my car all the time.
We'll get you AC service, no problem.
Really pulls to one side and shakes a lot.
Sounds like you need some front-end work, not a problem.
It really used to fly. Now it barely just chugs along.
Could just need a tune-up. We'll take a look.
No matter the issue, Frost's Garage will keep your vehicle safe all year long.
I'd say it flies now.
Chevy drivers across America will do a lot in the next 5 years. But one thing they won't do is pay interest on their new Chevy. Just announced, get 0% financing for 5 years on all 2026 Silverado 1500, Equinox, and Trax models, with no payments until after Labor Day. Because you've earned this summer. Now it's time to go get it.
Visit your Maine Chevy dealers.
Maine's rural hospitals are struggling, but Senator Susan Collins came to the rescue, delivering critical federal funding for upgraded facilities and life-saving diagnostic equipment. Susan Collins does her job, and our hospitals benefited. Call and thank her for delivering for Maine.
Cancer affects everyone, but there is hope at Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center's Champion the Cure Challenge, where every dollar raised helps patients in our own backyard. Make a difference. Walk, run, or cycle August 15th in Brewer. Visit ctcchallenge.org.
Your goal is to put items in the correct order before,
in between,
definitely after.
This is The Perfect Line. Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
You're watching Fox 22 Bangor.